Mike harassing the goats.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I am the goat harasser himself, Rustic Sputnik, and I am here with, of course, my lovely host, MaryLynn Bast. We have an incredible special guest today. Stacey, is it Stacey?
Stacey, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stacey.
Stacey, I was
You know what? Actually, all my life it was Spacey. So,
really?
Yeah, Spacey Stacey. I was always
Spacey.
called.
Wow. Well, that's Scary Mary. So.
Yeah, that makes sense for you because, like back then, like we're similar in age, and you know that was Bloody Mary. We would go in the bathroom.
Okay, do you remember what's the Mary quite contrary? How does your garden grow?
Garden grow.
What's that from?
You know, I never looked it up because everybody would start saying it, and I would say, "Very well," apparently, because I have 3 kids.
So sharing is caring. So first and foremost, please go on, share Pair with the Abnormal podcast to all your friends and family. Get the word out there. That's how we grow as a community. And we're going to have a great show. We've got some really awesome stuff to talk about with Miss Stacey. We found out.
Makes sense for you because like back then. Sorry.
Oh,
she's watching somebody else.
No, I'm watching us. And I'm trying to do the highlight too.
Good. Yes.
That's looked like a me move.
Hello, Zippy.
Oh, that's that.
So, we're going to have a great show. One of the things, for those who don't know, Stacey, you have a podcast called the Crusty Spanking.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that what it is?
Well, it's called Becoming Enchanted with the Crusty Bucket. No, the
Crusty Bucket. Yes. The rustic spirit.
It's Becoming Enchanted with the Rustic Spirit. Yes.
And that's really awesome. And I got a chance to obviously I've jumped into your podcasts a couple of times and just caused pure chaos because that's what I do. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot about you. We had mentioned that one of the things we were going to talk about today was you being one of the first amateur Bigfoot proctologists on the planet.
I meant to bring my gloves too. I was going to have my gloves on.
Yeah, because I wanted to see, like, are there nails on them so you could reach further? Like, how does that work? Because
I keep my nails short. I keep my nails short for that, you know.
So that way you don't scratch them.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they could be very sensitive there.
Yeah.
Baboons
they don't like to cough because they don't like to make noises. It's more like a whoop.
Yeah, that's right.
The whooping cough.
It's a whoo.
Mike does a really good impression.
I do. You'll have to watch. What is it? Episode 3?
Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Bigfoot squashing.
I want you to go Bigfoot squatching with me in your bunny suit.
I'm down.
Because that would be freaking cool.
I'm so down. Let's do it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Lynn! Spanky Bucket, Rusty, Enchanted, whatever works. You watch this on YouTube. I love it. So it's not usually just you, right? It's you and your hubby.
Yes. And there's a reason why we go on Thursday night. He is sleeping because he gets up for work at 4 a.m. But he only works a 4-day work week, so Friday he's off. So that's why we go on tomorrow night on Thursdays. So that way he doesn't have to be in bed at 7 o'clock. That is my puppy. She wants my pizza.
Ah, is that what it is? So what does your husband do that he's got to be up at 4 a.m.? Is he like a street corner worker or something?
Yeah, kind of. You know, he delivers drugs.
Yeah, nice. There's a market.
No, he's a welder. He burns
nice.
Things. He melts things.
He melts them.
No. Sorry. Come here. You want to see everybody?
I do. I want to see this pup. Let's see the puppy, folks. OMG.
And the pizza's right in front of me. That's all she wants. Pizza.
He is cute.
She's down for this pizza.
It's her name.
He.
It's a he or she?
She.
Oh, she.
Okay.
She. Okay, I didn't see a wiener, so I'm going to make sure.
Well, how can you? She's
She's got
moving.
flowers on her harness.
Yes.
Aw. And how old is she?
She will be 11 weeks this week.
Okay, so she is a puppy.
No, you're not eating the pizza.
Well, you'll see a puppy butt go across his screen because she usually jumps or he has puppies that run across.
So true.
Oh yes, Carrie, melted my heart all the way, and she's trying to lick the pizza off my face right now.
All right, so I have my question that's going to go out to everybody today is, if you were to die and you found out that to continue on to whatever is next, you have to haunt somebody. You have to. Who are you haunting? Who is that person? I want to know who that is. For me, I think you guys talked about it. Somebody said Johnny Depp, okay, or Jason Momoa, okay, low-hanging fruit, okay. I'm going to go with, if I absolutely had to haunt somebody, I had to do it, right? Hey, Cynthia. TV Shane Pittman is definitely an enticing choice.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so easy to scare.
Is he?
But I'd be worried that I'd scare him so
Oh,
bad.
he is. Yeah, I've seen a lot of. Yeah.
And thinking of Josh Purvis, he would actually enjoy it. So I don't think.
Right?
So that's not an act, Shane being.
No, it's not an act.
That's
Shane.
real. Okay.
Yeah, he's a total scaredy cat.
I thought it was an act. So.
No.
Oh, Joanna says Reba McEntire.
Oh,
That's
that
an
would be
interesting
cool.
one to haunt. I would. I would like to say I would love to haunt somebody famous like Taylor Swift, but I don't know that I could just spend years just staring at her flat butt. It would drive me crazy.
She's a great singer, though.
I want to haunt someone fun that parties and.
Oh, she parties.
There you go, Bruno Mars. He's always having snow parties.
Holly. Okay, Holly. Okay, so there's a whole Bruno Mars thing. Shauna, where are you? You're not in the comments yet. Shauna, my bestie, her mother, Holly Cataldo. I don't know. Do you know Holly Cataldo? She was a big part of the paranormal world here on the East Coast. She passed away, and her favorite song is the one from Bruno Mars. I forget the name of it, but every time she's around, yeah, Uptown Funk You Up. Every time she's around, that a reference to that song comes up. I got to tag Sharon.
That's funny. But Reba's a good one. We were just talking about her flat butt today, Lacey. Dude, it is so flat. It's absurd. Like,
I've never looked at her ass, so I would have to
stuff it with tissues or something. Like, I don't know. All right, folks. We've got a good portion of people in here. Let's go ahead and do our spirits with spirits. I've got my fancy shot cup.
Hey, Crystal.
I, of course, I'm going through my Crown Peach, which this is actually what I'm going to talk to you guys about. I think I've unlocked a conspiracy in Boulder City.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh, Lacey says Selena Gomez.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one.
Spirits to the spirits.
Spirits to spirits! I don't know what that means. Something. Woo!
I was going to break out the tequila, but
I'd be getting in trouble with tequila.
Well, it's a little too expensive for just something like this too. We drink the good tequila. Like the fancy bottles. No, not Patron.
Which one do you drink?
I forget the name of it, but it's in the ceramic pretty bottles. They're like this big. Yeah.
I want to make a tequila that is like tea leaf infused and call it tea liquor.
Tea liquor.
Yes. Get yours, Trevor. So this is the conspiracy that I think I've like unraveled, like I've stumbled upon. So my Albertsons is where I typically buy my liqueur, right? And so I had mentioned that I had gotten a bottle of Tito's vodka, and then I put it in the freezer because I like it to be cold. I pulled it out and it was completely frozen. That should be impossible with vodka. It's just pure vodka. It's alcohol.
No.
It's my tequila, Mary.
Yeah, he doesn't want me drinking his tequila.
Oh.
The bottle given to him from somebody from
tequila
Mexico.
honey. Damien says tequila honey is the bomb.
That sounds good. Jenny!
Like honey tequila?
Hey, Jenny.
So I got this bottle, right? And it froze. It was so weird. So then I went and I put a bottle that I just got from Albertsons. That was a bottle of Captain Morgan. Rum, just rum. It froze. But this is what's crazy is I have another bottle of Captain Morgan that I got from somewhere else that is not frozen. I think they're adding water to their liquor there.
Do you have a teenager?
No. Yeah, right. That was the other thing, right? Could somebody be drinking it? No, it's
and adding water to it.
Yeah, it's literally just me
and may or may not have happened
in
my house before.
Right?
Is Thor getting into your liquor cabinet?
Yeah, no. If he wanted, he could just take it.
Right.
So it's the weirdest thing. So I truly think that they're watering down their liquor now. I don't know where they're buying their liquor from. Hey, Larry, you're on your way to baseball practice? What do you mean, like practice watching it?
Like it's 8:00. Well, actually, it's 7:00 where he's at, right?
I think so.
That's true. It's 5 here, so we've got to be 7 there for Larry. I think he says swung in, baseball
I think he's an
reference.
hour behind me. I had him on my podcast recently, and I think he's an hour behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Stacey, where are you from?
Pennsylvania. I'm on the East Coast. I'm right outside of Gettysburg.
Oh, nice.
Nice. We're going to get to see you when we come down.
Are you guys coming for the bash?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I will be dragging him along if he doesn't show up.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go. We're going to have a blast, and we're going to do some filming out there for Pair with the Normal. Damien,
awesome. I got some spots, like unknown spots, like we can take you.
Ooh,
or we could just end up at Saks Bridge at 3 a.m. like we did last year. So.
Did you say Saks Bridge?
Yeah.
Saks.
Oh. I was like, that was...
I mean, I was just trying to correct you, and I said
something's going to be hanging there.
Saks. Sachs. It's where I got married.
So Damien is in Scotland. It's 1:15 a.m. for him.
And it's cold and wet. Wow.
It's cold and wet here too.
That's exactly how Ed Gein liked them.
It's just cold here. It's very dry.
I
was waiting. I was like, I'm not going to do it. It's not my podcast. I'm not.
Go for it.
Why? I have a bell. Hold on. There's a bell.
Oh, you do?
Gary rings the bell when I become inappropriate.
Oh, really?
Well, then you'll be dinging that thing the whole night long.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I was excited about doing this podcast. I'm like, oh, I can kind of come outside of my box a little bit.
Yeah, we're completely free with whatever you want to say.
Yes. Larry wants to go to the bridge. We'll work on that, Larry. We'll work on that.
Well, you got my attention when you said it, but
hold please. This weekend at that same hotel, there is an event.
Really?
And this hotel, and they host multiple events at this hotel for curious, experimental people.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the furry thing?
The toys.
No, there's a swingers club.
Oh,
that holds an event there.
I was going to say Mike did not even get that.
I totally went.
The nudist club.
Oh, wow.
Club. It's 2 hotels. There's the Eisenhower, which is the older hotel, and the Aspire over here. So I do a lot of holistic things. and I was doing a holistic event
Can't spell
over in the
holistic without
Aspire
ho.
ballroom. And while we were doing our holistic Reiki healing energy, this beautiful, hippie, come love each other. Well, I guess it does match up. The other side of the hotel was having a swingers event. So they all came over with their penis headbands and necklaces. And, I was like, it was actually pretty cool.
What does that have to do with a playground?
Sex on the bridge.
Wait, that's like a swinger. I thought you meant like a playground.
They do play.
Is he being serious, or is he?
No, he really does not know.
Do you know what a swinger is?
That's the thing where you hand them a pineapple.
Yes, an upside down pineapple.
And for the longest time, everybody, actually, some of you guys in the comments that are from my page, everybody thought my husband and I were swingers because we're very open sexuality-wise. We flirt, whatever.
Sure.
And the one person said, I thought I was going to come to the bash and you were going to have an upside down pineapple on your door.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
I was like, no.
Well,
I bought a house here in Texas, and then I have a star on the outside. The previous owners left it there. My son came in. He's like, Mom, that means you're swingers. I was like, oh, then I guess I'll start.
Yeah, I didn't know that the pineapple thing had something to do with that until recently, because I actually have a shirt with a bunch of pineapples, and some of them are upside down.
Yep.
And I always get weird looks, but I get weird looks normally, so I didn't really. I saw that shirt has been taken out of commission.
What?
So.
Crystal just said it's going to snow tomorrow here in PA. Please don't tell me that. It's going to snow tomorrow?
Oh, is it really?
She's from my town. Like, we live like 10 minutes from each other.
Ugh.
All right, I can look at the weather.
Yeah, it was actually flurries here. I'm in Texas, and right now it is 25 degrees. It was 14 last night.
It only snows in Vegas nightclubs here.
So I'm a Hilton Honors member, and I have a Hilton card, and they offered me a special to come out to Vegas. I have to go to one of their little things where they talk about the timeshares and stuff like that.
Oh God, don't do it.
But it was like $300.
But you get free stuff.
So if I come out, I have to hook up with you guys.
Yes.
You guys are both in Vegas.
He's in Vegas. I'm in Texas.
I'm in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're in Vegas.
You can hook up with us. I'll put out the pineapple.
You may want to ask Krista about that.
Okay. So there's also a flamingo.
What? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
What does that mean?
It's a swinger. That's another symbol of the swingers.
Really? Is a pineapple?
I
feel like they're just taking all the cool stuff.
Well, you know what?
Just next time.
Hold on,
next life, Glenn. Next life.
And you know what? I actually have very good friends who are, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Okay, apparently there's this other thing.
Thanks, Johanna.
I don't know what that is. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It looks like a cup.
Yeah, it looks like one of those coffee mugs. What
there's
is that
something
supposed
about
to mean?
flamingos too. That's the ultimate symbol.
Oh,
that's like the
means you're the ultimate swinger. You've reached the highest level of swinger.
I don't know.
You're like Omega swinger.
Omega,
like the boss level of swingers.
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never seen that before. I have very good friends who are swingers.
You sure do got a pretty mouth.
So I'm looking up on the internet. They're saying flamingos are sometimes used as a symbol of the swinger symbol lifestyle in certain contexts, such as campgrounds and cruises.
Yes.
So that's where you use the flamingos, on a campground or a cruise.
Yes.
We actually have a place not far from me that is a nudist.
That's true, Len.
Nude pool and stuff like that, but it's a swingers club. I have more information about it, but I'm not going to say it on air.
In Pennsylvania?
About 20 minutes from me.
Really? I would hate to be part of a nudist colony in Pennsylvania. It's so cold.
We got the freaking Pocono Mountains. Do you know how many
You know what I mean?
literally, okay. I was going to an event. It was at.
You could just walk through and like boop them.
Boop 'em.
I was going to an event somewhere up like Lehigh, the Hell House. I was going to the Hell House, and this was years ago, and I'm like, oh, let me find a hotel nearby, or like let me find a campground because I like to camp. It was nice. It was summer, so I'm like, oh, there's this sunny rest campground, and I start looking at it, and I'm like, oh, it's a nudist campground, and then I started like, it's a family-friendly nudist campground.
What the hell does that mean?
So how can you
How
be
does
family
that
friendly?
Work?
Yeah.
I would
Did
tell
the
my
kids
kids.
walk around with blinders on?
I'm a social worker.
I would tell
So
my
I'm
kids,
like-
stay out of the bushes.
Oh my God. But I've heard that it's very like legit and very like open, and like there are just some people that practiced. I've been there.
Bree, you been there?
To the campgrounds or to the Poconos?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to know. Does the campground or Pocono?
Right?
I'm going to bring us back here for a minute. I don't know if you've ever seen this, Rustic. Do you remember the? Oh, I was just going to say that the Golden Girls episode when they went to the nudist colony.
Oh my
Yep.
God! And they
Hilarious.
were like, they had to build themselves up to taking off their clothes. They finally build themselves to taking off their clothes, and it's a dinner when everybody's dressed.
That's right. That would be. I've never been to a nudist colony. I'm trying to think, like, how would one respond to
I
seeing?
want to go to a nude beach.
Okay, I can see that.
There's probably a lot of shrinkage.
It's got to be, especially in Pennsylvania where it's so cold. Everybody's outie is going to look like an innie.
Yeah,
Or
it's going to look like they got two
nose.
belly buttons.
I am all for the life of, I totally am. I'm very much a hippie. I'm very much not modest.
What if
Our
you
bodies
died
are
at a
our
nudist
bodies.
colony?
What if you
Say that
died
again?
at a nudist
Yeah. What if you died there?
Then you would
Like,
be
what if
haunting
like
everybody.
that was how you did your thing? So are you like a naked ghost?
haunted nudist colony?
We
Yes.
need to do. It's like naked and afraid, but haunted and naked.
Yes. Like, how weird would it be to find out that not only are you being haunted by a ghost, but the ghost has been nude the entire time?
So what if the only time the ghosts come to you is when you're nude?
Oh, that would be weird. Especially if you have a pineapple.
Because I'll tell you, every time I'm in the shower, it's like one comes to me.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm the same way. I hear, oh my goodness. But of course, I grew up in the era of Psycho. So when I hear, I'm freaked out in the shower as it is. So.
Oh, that's right. So, Stacey, you have ESPN.
Yes, she does.
Yes, I do. Yes. I have
Well, tell me about life with
and
ESPN.
Disney comes along with that.
Disney Plus. Yeah.
And Hulu.
So tell me about that. Do you find it to be both a gift and a curse? Do you love it?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sure. Are we doing another one?
Yeah. You don't have to do a full one. You can just do like a little bit of one.
I do have to work tomorrow, but not till noon. So
Okay.
So.
Oof.
Here's some
Haunted
spirits.
and naked.
It's gonna be the new show on Beacon TV.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a.
I can
I'm
see it now.
accepting it more as a gift.
Yeah.
Okay? Although it's I've learned now how to shut things on and off. I've learned, like, right now tonight I'm drinking. It's off. Like I unless something's really strong coming through.
Yeah.
Like the spirits in my house, or it's just a way of life. It's really weird. I can't explain it. Like, but when I sit down with someone, I don't cold read people. I have a lot of ethics, so I don't like.
Well, that's got to be hard for you because you live in Pennsylvania.
It's always cold reading there.
True.
So I still
So
want
they
to
don't
know
feel
who the
like-
person is in the window behind you because they keep showing their face.
And they do it all the time during a podcast, all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, for those who are psychics and mediums, like when you do in your own house, you kind of shut down. You really don't want to know much. Like I know some of the spirits in here. I know my guides that are with me, but the person in the window, that's been coming up a lot, and that's not one I can pick up on.
That's
So
Tom.
if anybody's here,
Tom.
Yeah, he's a peeper.
It's actually a female.
It's a peeping Tom.
So, I mean, could it be? I wonder, could it be my grandmother? That is an older female that you're seeing, or like a Native American. She would look very much Native American.
Yeah, because I'm seeing the long, darker hair with lots of gray kind of going through it, but it's long, and she's got kind of a long, narrow face.
She's wearing an old Pizza Hut uniform.
Do you have the ESPN too?
He does.
I do, but mine is the Ocho, so it's not as good.
That's the Ocho. Well, you use humor as deflection, so I'm assuming you're not fully open to your emotional side, and that's where they get in.
Yeah, I'm definitely not fully open
totally.
to it. No, I mean,
I'm also a psychologist.
What's that?
I'm also a psychologist. I don't know
right.
that.
So it's not that I'm like fully off. Like I posted a thing yesterday that was a more. I am.
You hit me. Let me tell you. I felt like, and here we go. We're gonna get a little serious here. When I posted something today, and then saw your post, and I was like, it was almost like you were picking up on what I was going through, and I'm like, I was like fucking in tears. Excuse my language. Am I allowed?
No, you can cuss.
Yeah.
I was in tears, like look into that, because I mean, I have seasonal depression. I've struggled the past week, pretty bad. But I know what to do. I've reached out to my friends and did my things and try to bring myself back up. Go to the gym today, stuff like that. But when I saw that, I was like, that's so true. Like there's so many ghosts inside of me.
Yeah. You know, and it's something that I struggle with too. Is I think we were so busy putting on airs, right? That eventually the act, you try to convince yourself that the act is the person.
Yep.
Right. And it's hard to it's hard for other people who maybe don't know you as well or like to think they know you, but they don't get to see that side of you. So it's always important to give people. And that's what I love so much about humor is it's so lighthearted that I feel like it's such a positive energy that, you know, I always hope that that'll bring something else out.
It is. And I needed, like, I was so excited. I needed this tonight. I needed like the laughing and the humor. Speaking of, like, I don't know. Do you know Steve Dills?
I've heard the name, but don't know him personally.
No,
he's very
Steve Dill Pickles.
Yeah, pretty much. We have an episode. It's called Eerie Encounters that we did together. I took him squatching, and oh my goodness, it is so. I'll send you the link so you can watch it.
Yes,
he's one you need to get on your podcast.
Great.
You and him are like matched energy. I have pictures of him on my Reiki table. Like, it's.
Love it.
He's character, but he's a character just like you. He's always the one that if I need to laugh, I reach out to him. He'd be a great.
I don't know if I can handle two mics.
Right.
I don't know how that would go. You would need a fourth person. You would actually probably to balance
mediator.
Yeah,
they would be done. Them two
we'll
together.
Just get you to come on with him.
I'm going to tag Steve Dills right now in the podcast. But he's a very busy man. He's not always on. He runs the Hanover Tavern in Virginia. He's on the board there, and it's a haunted location. They do a Paracon in January, which unfortunately that was when I had stomach bug and couldn't go.
Yeah,
it was my first year not going. It was so sad.
I think we all got sick in January. It sucked.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Well, I literally just got over mine.
I still feel like I had mine turned to bronchitis.
Yeah, all of us.
Yep.
But he's a good person, good heart. does things for the right reasons. His team is called Transcend Paranormal.
Oh, he missed an opportunity. He could have called it Big Dill Paranormal.
Seriously, he is on their own Paraflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Paraflix. Oh, it's the fog. Do you guys get the fog out there, Bree? Because I know there's that weird fog going around. Mystery fog.
Yeah, we actually had fog last week here in Texas, and it was just really weird.
Really? No fog out here. There's never any fog out here, though.
All right. So
Rarely.
she's going to get a piece of the pizza now because she's been a good dog.
She has been.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Just the tip.
Just the tip. That takes us right back to the nudist colony. I was just thinking about that. Like, imagine, like, what if you, like, fell?
That was a good segue. I think I may have to get a bell.
Right? Like, what if you fell into a river?
You know how you can, your things that scroll at the bottom, I have a one that's made in there that just says ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Yep.
But what if you did fall in a river and you're at a nudist colony? They're not going to have tools, right? So imagine what you're going to have to hold on to. Quick, throw me not that.
Can't you swim?
Well, like, what if you're like, water and you're trying and it's like going to a waterfall?
No, let's think Naked and Afraid. What did they do on Naked and Afraid?
Like, grab my hand
like vines.
Well, you can call it that.
Ron Jeremy would come, and I don't know if he knows who Ron Jeremy is. But
yeah, didn't he get arrested though?
He did.
I think he eventually did.
Yeah, he's in prison now.
I think he is.
Did you know he's also a severe narcoleptic?
Really?
Yes. Yeah, that's weird, strange fact, but yeah.
Do you know that most serial killers are Virgos?
So I looked this up. They're either Virgos or Sagittarius.
Yep.
Well, I'm a Virgo with a Sagittarius rising.
Oh, well, I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm just a straight Sagittarius. Dahmer, I think, was a Sagittarius, and Ed Gein was a Sagittarius, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we actually looked up all the kind of the serial killers across the world, and I think Russia was the worst.
No, Germany.
Germany, yes.
Really?
Yeah, they had
one
guy serial killer in like the 1400s or something, or 1200s, 1400s, killed like 964 people. Confirmed.
And he documented it.
I do have my elephant pants. They are around, I swear.
So let's talk about that. Why do you think, because that's going to cause a haunting if you're going to murder, that's going to cause a haunting. That's just going to cause a spirit to be unrest. Yeah. Why do you think as Sagittarius and as Virgos, where do you think that comes from to want to kill people? That's totally opposite of who I am.
Lack of emotion.
I think it's a need for control.
I can tell you right now, just on my personality, I'm the happiest, friendliest guy, and I mean, I wouldn't harm a fly. But if it came down to where I decided I needed to kill someone, I could kill them and then go microwave a Hot Pocket.
She's gone.
She laughed.
I laughed because where is Shauna? Shauna's not here. This is my fly.
Oh, nice.
Oh, funny.
So Shauna lives on a farm. And she's, like I said, she's one of my besties. She's unique paranormal 1.5. Go check that out.
I'm one of those people.
So she's a fly. I'm a Buddhist. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a Buddhist. I don't kill any living being. I practice love and acceptance to everyone. So somewhere we were, and I'm like, I'm not killing the fly. I forget where it was. And she's like, you got to kill the flies because they live on a farm. They have flies everywhere. And she's like, my flies are going to bite you and all this stuff. So I went to stay at her house and she got me my fly. My emotional support fly because I don't kill even a fly.
Yeah. Mike is the same way. I will kill a fly in a heartbeat.
But I will go out of my way to trap and release. I do it to everything. But
Same
I know.
I just live like I have spiders in my corners. I name them. They live here. Like that's.
But I can tell you, I'm just a matter of degrees from if that part of me just switched.
Right.
It wouldn't. To me, I mean, a body would be just a body. I wouldn't have
emotionally. You can. I agree. Like I'm with you. I'm very
like an animal. That's what's so crazy. An animal, I couldn't. An animal, I couldn't. But a human, I could, no problem.
Mm-hmm. I could detach. Yeah, totally.
Yep. I don't know why. I feel like it would be that easy, but and people say that and they're like, well, you don't really know. And that's true. I don't. I could turn into a hot mess. But I mean, I'm talking about assuming that, my life was in danger, or let's say we were at war and you had to kill somebody. Murder is a little different. You know what I mean? Where you're premeditatively going out and I think that is maybe like Sagittarius that can do that, like John Wayne Gacy or Dahmer. I do think there's like a weird lack of empathy mixed in with like a high amount of like narcissism.
A need for control. I do. And I think it comes from like maybe a traumatic background, but yeah, a need for control.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it from the background from maybe abuse as a child and stuff like that kind of leads into that?
It is. I did one of my papers in my master's degree program and I did papers.
Sounds kind of bad.
I know. Sorry.
And I travel with him, but
right?
Oh, right. Well, at least he has an alibis, right?
Hey,
alibi?
Brandon.
Alibi, yeah.
Hi, Brandon. Not an alibi. Alias. I was combining alibi and alias.
I trained in martial arts for 10 plus years.
Did you really?
I
did.
All
he has to do is he's got the the Vulcan death grip.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I will always choose to run from a fight, but I know if I ever get to the point where it reaches that point of escalation, there's no half measure for somebody like me. Yeah. It's 100% or nothing, and those are my only choices.
Yeah, I it's like, I have a license to carry, and I was taught and I grew up around guns, and
nice.
Like when you shoot to kill.
Right. I mean, that's the whole point.
Right. Yeah, because
if you're going to shoot, there's no reason.
We'll catch me in the same jail again.
Like I go with my husband and we go out hunting, and I just like to sit in the woods and listen to the animals.
Wow.
I couldn't go hunting to kill an animal.
I couldn't do it.
I don't know if I can do it.
But if you're coming in my house, I will shoot you.
Oh, that's weird.
Different.
I'm
going to give you therapy, and we're going to talk it out and be like,
if he comes through the window, he'll find out.
What are those little cups?
These are outhouses.
Oh, I thought, Damien, you know what I thought that was? I thought that was the TARDIS.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
okay. Well, you know what it is. I was checking your geek card there.
Right. If you drink from the TARDIS and then you drink from the TARDIS again, is that a retardus? I don't know.
It probably is. Spirits for the spirits.
You're not getting my fly. It's the emotional support fly. You got toys everywhere. Here, have my alien.
So what's your puppy's name?
Raven.
Raven? Oh, that's pretty.
That's so Raven.
Yes. Oh, you did yours already, huh? Okay.
This is it is literally just a outhouse. So so you can get shit face.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I love that.
Lacey, I had a wonderful childhood. If I'm escalated like Mike, I won't back down. Exactly. I think.
Well, what's your sign, Lacey?
She's a Sagittarius.
She's a Sagittarius as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Freaking Sagittarius.
That's for me too. It's like I won't back down if I'm.
Len. It's the paranormal party show. We're the original.
Yeah, I don't get to do this often. Tomorrow I'll be on my podcast. I'll be completely sober, sipping on coffee. tonight I get to have a little fun. So
yes. And this is where we get to talk about things that maybe you don't normally get to talk about. Just weird questions and weird things that maybe you don't think about. For example, Stacey, do you believe in reincarnation?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you believe that are you like a medium? Can you like see like dead people?
I don't see them, I hear them. Yes.
Hear them. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, for example, I bring this up because there are psychics and mediums and very good ones, and I absolutely believe them.
I'm not a very good one. I'm
sure you are. I'm sure you are. They can say, hey, I can see or I can talk to people that are linked to your past, your mother, your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather. They're all right there. It's waiting and they can come out and talk to you if they want to, right? But my question to that is, how would that be possible if you believe in reincarnation? Because none of those people should exist.
I love that question. Well, that's deep. That's so philosophical. Right. Because I've asked that myself.
Well, and I have like some theories as to why I think maybe. Too. So I have two. I have two working theories right now. My first one
Are
is.
Are we okay with like real? Like
yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
Yes, you're good.
Ew.
It's only when I drink. Not really, but
it's like naked people and murder. Yep.
Naked people and murder.
But okay, so my first working theory is what if when you die, you basically shed your past life like a snake sheds its skin. Okay. So you're leaving this life and everything that was attached to behind, so it can stay attached to everything that it's meant to, while you go off and you create something brand new, and you basically just keep doing that and you keep shedding off the skin. However, just like a snake, little pieces of skin can get stuck to your body, and those would be those little key memories. Maybe you're a prodigy piano player. Maybe you just have memories of parts of your past, right? Maybe you just have like, I can remember, for me, for example, I have a very vivid recollection of sitting on some steps. There's like not a palanquin, but like an awning. There's like some type of awning, and there's cats, and I look very Egyptian, and I'm watching what look like slaves.
I did feel some Egyptian energy off of you. Absolutely. Yeah.
And when I see them moving things, and I could tell I'm somebody of somewhat of importance, but not of great importance, But I can remember that, but I can't remember anything else. I can see a person next to me, but I don't know their name. There's cats, but I don't know their names, right? For example, you have a pet now, Raven. If Raven were to run out and get hit by a car, how would you feel? Fucking devastated, right? Mm-hmm. I bring that up because it's so emotionally connected. I know. It's so emotionally connected to you. Something like an animal can be so emotionally connected to you, but when you pass and you get reincarnated, you can't even remember their name, right? So how is it possible that something so impactful to you that could literally break you down to the core, you can't even remember in the next life? So I think it's because you leave a lot of it behind. You leave it specifically on purpose so it can stay connected to everything else that it's supposed to be connected to.
I agree with you. I see where you're getting at this. I would put it a very different way of like, we are all pieces of energy. Like we are pieces of energy where this is a piece, this was a piece, this was a piece. And it just kind of gets stuck and hangs around. And I do feel like more active hauntings, they haven't passed on yet to be able to be reincarnated. But I do feel like we have these pieces of energy that we leave everywhere. And like when that comes in, like, it's so like very quantum physics. Like it's so much bigger than we can even understand. That we have, like, we are all energy. It all comes down to energy, which is what I think you're saying, and how you're saying is memories are energy.
Well, yeah, in a way, but I'm also trying to say that, like, for example, a haunting, ghost. those aren't people that go gently in the night, right? They're not going to be hanging around at the grocery store drinking a cup of coffee, go, hey, how you guys doing today? All right. How's the weather? No, they're people that are stuck in some type of turmoil. So their circuits, it's like their spiritual circuits are broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? They're stuck
but
in.
There's some that also choose to stay here.
What's that?
There are some that choose to stay.
There's some that choose.
Yeah.
And what if there's people that just can't get out of that skin? They can't get out.
Exactly.
Like
I have a episode coming out that I did with Haunted Discoveries, their family spirits, and it's where I talk about the haunting of my mother, which is what I wonder what's looking in the window, because we did work on some things and got her out of my body.
That's pretty good.
And yeah, so there's some people that do stay. There's some that it is just energy, but I also feel like there are elemental spirits. I'm a big elemental spirit person.
Sure.
I'm big into elements. I can probably speak to elements more than I can speak to human spirits. There's elemental energies waiting around for that stuff, and they will take on the likeness of certain people.
And I think they do that for attention. Attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Connection.
Attention. Chaos.
And that gets us to things that go from multi-spiritual to multi-planar, right? We're talking about different planes on the same form of reality now. As far as
you better haunt me if you pass before I do.
I'm saying again. So I'd asked this question earlier. If you found out, let's say you died, and you go, oh, hey, great, I'm glad you're dead, but before you can move on to anything, heaven or whatever, you have to haunt somebody. You have to haunt them for at least 6 months. Who are you haunting? Who's that going to be? I remember being a backpacker hiking up a mountain. Then it erupts. Everyone is on the other side, and I'm by myself running down. I have it to the pine trees.
Oh my God, I got chills.
Away from the clouds. That's
Crystal
cool.
is a client of mine. Crystal's a client
of mine. What do they call it? A pyroclastic flow.
Yeah, she's a client of mine, so I'm connected with her, and I feel like that sounds like Pompeii, Crystal.
It does.
That's the initial reaction I got with that was Pompeii.
I got Mount St. Helens because she said backpacking. I don't know if they had backpacks during Pompeii.
Well, in her,
and she said pine trees, which again, pine trees is
okay.
Now we're looking at St. Helens.
There we go. The pine trees. I don't know if Mount St. Helens had, or if Pompeii had pine trees, and maybe it was both.
Look at Mike connecting.
Maybe this is a continuous pattern.
What's that?
I said, look at Mike connecting.
Right.
Shauna is here. There's Shauna. Shauna Rigsby.
Shauna?
Been talking about you all night.
We have been. We heard you like nudist colonies.
That's not the one that likes nudist colonies.
Oh, no, never mind. Erase that from your memory. But if you need something to hold on to.
Shauna's a lesbian. Shauna doesn't need anything to hold on to.
Good. Well, I'm just saying, a nudist colony, you would definitely find things.
Well, Krista says she's going to haunt you, Mike.
I would love it.
Yeah, I think. Oh my God, there's so many people.
I just kicked her to the bedroom because she was out here snoring.
Oh no!
I like. Let's talk about if we could go back in the past. Who would we haunt in the past? Like if we could travel.
Yeah.
Say, because we don't know that time is not linear. If we go, if when we die, we could travel and kind of go every which way.
Yeah.
Like where would we go back in the past and haunt? Say like someone's already passed. Who would you haunt?
So
for me, tough. Mark Twain.
Ooh.
He's actually a great grandfather of mine, so I just kind of want to know a little bit more about him.
I totally would do Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe. Interesting.
The Raven.
The Raven, of course. He'd be a pretty unique study case. And for me, it's gonna sound super like sketchy, but I would definitely love to have been there to understand the entire timeline for Adolf Hitler.
I knew you were going to say that.
And the whole reason is he's such a weird study case because he's an absolute loony bin. But this man, he went through World War One, got hysterical blindness, got out of that, got into politics, tried to violently overthrow the parliament, got arrested, became a political prisoner, wrote that crazy book of his, got out, swore to take it over the ethical way or the political way, does so, actually after taking over, actually does some good things, and then winds up getting hooked on meth, heroin, and they say that he had early onset Parkinson's, and that's what he was taking all the medicine for, and then he went batshit nuts. So it would be interesting. I think
he might have a little autism too.
Oh, probably. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
My wife haunts me now, and she isn't dead. Lols. But that would be interesting. Also, would another really good one for me would be
Steve Dills is here. Steve Dills is here.
Steve Dills, we were just talking about you. You're such a big deal.
Oh my God, Steve!
Such a big deal.
Michael matches your energy, and we were talking about Sasquatch, and he has this bunny suit. We want to go squatching with the bunny suit.
Yes. Have you seen my episode of me squatching, Stacey?
No, I have to go. Episode 3, right?
Yes. Yeah, of us squatching, yes. But of me making a fool of myself squatching. Let me be more specific. All right, we need to get you a little membership. We'll do that for you.
Yeah. Well, we also have an episode that released today.
We did a brand new one.
Our final.
Yeah, and that is on Beacon TV, correct?
Nope, it's not the final.
Nope, one more left.
Okay.
Yes, Beacon TV.
Steve says, I see Naked and Haunted prior to my name being tagged, and I'm 100% in for this. I'm serious. You have no idea, Steve. This is like Steve, the whole night, I've been feeling like Steve Dill's energy, and I was talking about your Paracon and talking about the Hanover Tavern, and now I'm how horrible I missed it, and I'm so sad because I didn't get my Steve energy.
That'd be perfect.
Yes. So okay. So it is. You guys, you can watch your stuff on Beacon TV. Is that the only place that you can watch your stuff, right?
Currently, it is Beacon TV until the full season comes out, and then that could change. But right now, go to Beacon TV, stream beacontv.com, register, and then you could put in a promo code Paranorm10, and you can save 10%. I'm telling you, it's worth it. There's some incredible.
I did the whole year thing or whatever that was.
Oh, then you have no excuse. You need to go watch Pair with the Normal.
I don't have time.
What are you talking about?
It's only 30 minutes.
I know.
What's your job? What are you doing? What are you working? What do you do?
I am a behavior consultant, so I go and tell people how to handle kids with behaviors.
That's easy. You go, act right, fool.
No, I teach people not to do that.
Oh, my bad.
Reinforcement. It's like training a puppy. I work with kids with autism.
Okay.
I'm applied behavior analysis, ABA. I don't know but I'm a behavior consultant. But I also am a trauma therapist part-time. So I do outpatient trauma therapy. And then I run my business, the Rustic Spirit, and I do readings and I have a on-site location at a gym. It's called Cellar Fitness, and where I see clients at.
Nice. Well, you need to consider how important we are. Okay, it's very important.
I'm gonna make it a thing. I have to watch it. Let's see.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. You really will. They're not very long, and especially the squatching episode. It's only 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's only 10 minutes of your life that you'll never get back.
It's okay.
It's hilarious, though.
And Haunted Show Stacey pilot episode. Let's do it, Steve. Naked and Haunted. And that's what I like. As soon as I thought Naked and Haunted, I was like, Steve Dills. I know he's in.
Right.
Do it. I will get you a leaf, Steve. I will have someone crochet you a leaf. Sadie, you're here tonight. I can tag Sadie.
I'm okay doing the Naked and Haunted, but I want to play the youngest golden girl.
The one that likes to sleep around?
Yes.
She actually wasn't the youngest, but everybody thought she was because she was like the one that did her makeup and all that stuff. So
Right? No, it wasn't the youngest one. The taller one with the white hair that had the grumpy cat face.
B.
Yeah, that was.
Her name was B.
B. Yeah, B. Arthur.
Yeah.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur. Yes. Yes. I like Rose. Like, what was her name? Real name?
I
Betty
liked her
White.
too. It was
Betty White.
Betty White.
She was always my person. Like, she's the one I connected with the most. I really am. I'm a blonde, in case you couldn't tell. And I'm so naive and absent sometimes, like picking up on things. Like, yeah. So I feel like I resonate with her. She's my spirit animal.
Nice. No Rue McClan.
No, Rue McClanahan. So Rue McClanahan was the youngest. That was the one that liked all the men.
Oh, she was the youngest. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like, we can get little Betty White wigs for the episode.
I'm in. Oh my God. And then you know what we could do? We could get Sam Elliott mustaches to match.
Oh my God.
It'll be great.
Oh.
We could just go around naked asking everybody for a sarsaparilla.
So I do have a question for you guys. I like elemental speaking and stuff like that. Like, when now that Steve Dills is on here, he can chime in. So I have this theory that Mothman is nothing but a fairy.
I agree
You mean
with
like
that.
he's gay?
A dark fairy, like fairies, like
Right. That makes way more sense.
Because of all the wings and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a dark fairy realm.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think he's a fairy? Like fae?
Think about it.
Yeah,
Like
fae, yes.
Mothman's fae. And
That's-
you have to go beyond what you see on TV and all this stuff. Like, what if fae are part of that elemental world? Like, the
It would
fae
make
are
the
here to
absolute
help
most sense.
prepare the grounds for spring and for the seasons and stuff like that. So, you know, what if they aren't like exactly what we think they are, but you know, it's just a way for him to come through. I don't know.
So how do you think they come through?
I see them all the time. And literally today, I see fae all the time. I know this sounds so weird, but I see them all the time. I see the lights and sometimes I see the wings. But literally today, I'm with my puppy, and I always get the flashing, the shiny lights, like a little, it's a tiny orb. We're not eating the paper towel. It's like a tiny orb that comes through, and we're not using the microphone either. And I'm playing with the puppy, and I see it out of the corner of my eye. This little light, like, just goes like this, and then the puppy goes and looks at it, and I'm like, I'm not crazy. The puppy saw it too. Like, it's not just a floater in my eye. Like, so that's how I see them. But I also talk to them like through the trees, like touching trees, being in nature.
Yes.
In the, like, you can hear them in the wind. You can, like, I don't know. I've always, like, I had a very traumatic background. I grew up in a city area in Baltimore City, outside of Baltimore City. But we had a lake where when they drained it, they found lots of bodies. But in that lake, they had like little areas we could go play. And I would go under the bridge and I would sit there, and that's where I would heal myself and calm. And that's where the fairies came to me. Like,
Right.
yeah, sorry. Went on
So
a different-
I wonder if there's a lot of fae at nudist colonies. I mean, there sure is a lot of wood.
I can talk to some different trees there. We're not in my penis room. But
So the redwood or the
I collect penises.
Do you?
Not just useful ones. Like, people make me crocheted penises.
Nice.
But they're not in this room. So what's Steve saying? I'll accept Mothman no matter what Mothman it may not be.
That's true, because we don't really know. But that is an interesting concept that it could be fae, which also could be just the same thing with, like, why Bigfoot can last for hundreds and hundreds of years? Because if they are dimensionally traveling,
elemental, yes,
the time could be very different in the
time is different. Yes.
And, they come back here. Maybe Mothman only comes back to feed. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Crystal, you have to ask their names. Like they're just like guides. So they would be just the same way you would ask the gremlins, like, what are their names? Like I had a lady who had 5 hounds because she had a very traumatic background. It's one of my clients of mine. And I saw 5 hounds, like almost like gremlin type hounds that were around her. So she actually named them. So I'm wondering if you just name your own gremlin. I think that might be the answer. As I'm talking, it's coming out. So yeah. Sorry.
You can't name it Dobby because it's already taken.
Oh my God. I love Dobby.
Dobby has his own sock.
Dobby has Oh!
They did not like that.
Holy no. What just happened there?
It's like, don't make fun of Dobby.
That was not, we're not, like, my table doesn't shake.
Dobby doesn't have his own sock?
He's a free elf.
That's right. That's crazy.
You guys heard that, right?
Oh,
we
yeah.
did.
It was quite loud.
It was my shell.
Your whole shelf?
No, a shell that I have stones in.
Oh, a shell.
Like,
I know a mush shell.
We know a lot of shells.
Different stones in. See?
Trying to get your attention.
Look, I'm gonna move the computer just to show you what you're looking at here. This is there it is, up here.
And there's no reason for that to fall off.
This is my tarot deck. And then I had this shell was right here. And it's been up here for a very long time, like that. That's pretty much how it was.
Wow.
So something is trying to get your attention.
Maybe it's just having a good time.
I wonder if it's Crystal's gremlin.
It doesn't like you talking about the gremlins.
Yeah, well, I have gremlins.
You know what's funny is I was going to tell you not to talk about the gremlins. I have my own past with those types of things, and
they're mischievous, they're chaos, they're disorder. They're wonderful beings that love the world. I'm a little freaked out right now. That is the biggest poltergeist activity I've had I have poltergeist activity in my house. Don't get me wrong. I do throw parties here.
Welcome to Pair with the Normal podcast, folks.
Right.
And like, I'll have people come over, like, and they say, "Hey, hello, spirits of the house." Well, one night, no one got any activity, and I had someone have a psychic attack in my basement. We're Underground Railroad. Everything around us is Underground Railroad. But this one night, like one day, like no activity. So I'm sitting there, we're in the kitchen, and I'm like, "Did you get anything last night?" And he's like, "No, I didn't get anything." And all of a sudden, something out here in my mudroom just flies across.
Wow.
So I do get paranormal. I do get poltergeist activity here. Sorry, I'm a little nervous about that, which just happened, because
that's crazy. So,
and you did a staging before we started the show, didn't you?
I did. I got it right here. It was.
Do you think Mothman is actually a man, or do you think Mothman is a woman?
I think it's a being.
What if there's
both? I say that because wouldn't it be killed by its own mothballs?
Depends on. Never mind.
And there we go.
It depends on if you squeeze them or not.
Can you throw that shell off again, please? Can you? I just want to know.
Or just push it off.
Can you push that off again for us, so we know that it's you here?
See, so Stacey's ghost getting jelly with all her talking about wood. Right.
I was talking about my penis room.
That's true.
You were. Yep.
Oh, so here's another question I had for you guys. Let's say if you're a ghost and you die, right? or let's say you're a person, you die, you become a ghost.
Hey, my fairy wings are right there.
But let's say like you were like from another country, right? Mm-hmm. Like let's say you were like Vietnamese, and you die. Do you still have like the Vietnamese like accent, like when you are like hunting people? So instead of like boo, you
I
like,
do agree.
Wow.
I do agree with that. I do feel like people do.
And do you think that could like make it more difficult to like understand a ghost in like an EVP?
What is she laughing at?
This is Mike. That's how Mothmen are attracted to moth women are attracted to Mothmen. They're mothballs.
You be careful.
I told you, Steve is his spirit animal. You've got to get Steve on the podcast. Yeah. Steve, send them your dates when you're available for
reach out to me so we can get you.
Need to wash because their mothballs are stanky.
Or just send him a link right now.
Right.
I forgot what I was going to say.
We were having we were talking about how difficult it would be if somebody was from a different country. Maybe they could speak English, just not well, and how that would be difficult for them to come up in like an EVP or, you know.
It is. So there is a Bible at the Hoover House. I don't know if you've been at the Hoover House yet.
We actually have an episode.
There's a whole episode out on it.
Okay. So there's a Bible there that's in German, and there is a ghost there that does have, like, you have to speak to it in German, and Maggie speaks German, and that's when we're able to get energy from that ghost, is when you have someone that's German speaking there. I have been places where I speak Spanish, polite Spanish. And,
what does that mean? Like the Taco Bell menu?
I can like say, hola, ¿cómo está? Loca la cabeza.
Bienvenido, eat a burrito.
Yeah. So I can do little things, but I've been places where people, like, I was at the fort in St. Augustine. You know what I'm talking about. Stacey's talking about what? I had to. I'm like, that freaked me out. I'm like, it's time for more alcohol.
I'm done.
I'm done. Here we go. I think it's time to light some more sage. Let's
see, I don't feel that it's negative that pushed that off. It was just trying to get your attention.
I think it was something just trying to get my attention.
Yeah, it wasn't negative.
No.
Okay, don't accidentally smoke the sage and burn the cigarette. I feel cleansed.
This is the feather that I found just walking. I was driving, driving down my street, and it was so weird. I pulled into my street, and I have a one-way street where I live, and right at the end of it, ready to turn, this feather was sitting there, and I don't normally look, and it was just like there, and I'm like, wow. Oh, it was meant for me, and I had no idea how I got that.
Perfect.
So the one-way street going back to the pineapple, then you're only a one-way street.
That's right.
I am only a one-way street. Donde está la biblioteca? Do you know the Bible, or is that?
I think biblioteca is something to do with the 7-Eleven.
Or library. That's a library.
Oh,
right.
7-Eleven. Where did you?
I know no other languages.
Oh, John Covey's here. John,
hey!
I need to know. They keep seeing the person looking from my window. Who is John? Is like an amazing freaking medium. He's going to be on my podcast tomorrow night.
He's going to be a large one day.
Hopefully not.
Oh, wait. Crystal said, I'll leave now. I've been saged. No, Crystal, you need to come and get a Reiki session. So, John, who is peeking in my window? Who's my peeping Tom? What? I know you probably got to pee. I know. Your sister's not home. Where is my daughter?
It's a one-armed midget named Jorge.
My daughter should be home by now. She's they're putting on a play. She's a stage crew, and they're putting on Anastasia this weekend. And they had stage crew tonight, and they're done at 9, and the school's 5 minutes away. But they might have went to Sheets, and then they're gonna come here. So if Chris and Bill like it,
we'll be at the Rock Down as well.
Yeah, we will be at the Rock Down. We're gonna have a blast. We are gonna be filming some stuff there.
I wish I was going to be there. I did reach out to you guys to the Rock Down, or I don't know who that is, but I reached out to the Rock Down to see if they needed people. But I think they're full. I'm just at the point where I can't travel that far unless I'm getting a free table or travel, something like that. You don't need to pay me to be there, but I just need some perks to be able to get there.
We'll see what we can work out for you now that we know.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I was talking to Jenny about it, and she was supposed to try to figure out something. Penis.
Don't talk to Jenny.
Yeah, because I'm actually doing the
classic Jenny.
The midnight gallery reading there.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, I think I have to take a dog to pee. Do we have time? I can run her out to pee real quick.
Absolutely. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and done?
It's time.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, we are finished.
Okay.
So why don't we just go ahead and play ourselves out?
Okay.
And check out the Rustic Spirit podcast, which is tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow, Thursday nights at 8:30. I'm on YouTube. Just search the Rustic Spirit, and you'll find it. It's Becoming Enchanted by the Rustic Spirit. But if you search the Rustic Spirit, you'll be able to find it anywhere. And then look up Stacey Leigh on Facebook. I am also there. John says, "Are you sure it's not one of your guides? He seems like a protector observer, and not exactly sure. Fighting a headache right now, so I'm sorry." I do feel like it's a guide. I do feel like it's one of my observers that keep a more of a back eye on me, like further away.
Well, and your next guest on your show is it me?
No, we're not until March or May. Because we're March 22nd or May. I can't remember.
I think it was May 22nd because I was
I think so, yeah.
My calendar's like way over there. John actually is my next guest. Well, John is co-hosting with me tomorrow.
Nice.
My guest is sick and she had to cancel. So John's coming on. John and I like to get on and do readings. We're not sure what we're doing yet. We're going to play it by ear, but we probably are going to go on and do some readings together tomorrow. Nice. Him and I have a very good connection somewhere along the line where our spirits connect. So he is our next. And then after that, I have a wonderful medium that is coming on. Can't remember her name. I've never met her. It was a referral to me, and I'm very excited about her too. So.
Nice.
Well, John is a guest for us as well.
Yeah, I think he's our guest next week, right? Or
not next week,
but in the future.
In the future.
Yeah.
I think he's two or 3 weeks. Yeah. I've been keeping an eye on that one too, so that way I can watch. So.
All right, play us out. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.